figure out they can salvage this defender's side. Some big ultimates available to play with coming into these next couple rounds. Gen.G really looking good on their ult cycle as well, so this is going to be another back and forth. We're really looking at G2 to see if they can, again, punish Gen.G's sort of over-eagerness to use those ults sometimes.
So clean with it so far here. Because of how scrappy these rounds have been, it is not a good position here for Gen.G. As far as the cash is concerned, see him scraping together a buy. It's looking like it's going to be, triple Guardian with half armor behind it. Things also a bit rough in the G2 camp, but they have shown us here on this map already throughout this tournament that is not going to stop them.
What are your odds on a Munchkin multi-kill?
Got a Guardian. It's decent odds there. But Trent, it might not be an Odin, but he's got an Ares, so that might just counteract it.
That's true.
Cancel each other out there. There's the jump forward. Texture able to win out the fight. Icy gonna be taken down, and Tex just snappy with it on the hunt reveal. Finds Trent as well as the Ares not coming into play whatsoever. Quick TP out from Valen trying to escape, but he's been noted. Lakia scooping up the Ares. Just want to play with his LMG, but do they flush out Valen? Do they read that he's repositioned here into tree? Munchkin able to find one. Valen creeping forward, able to get two! Headshots found, Lakia spotted. Swinging out, but unnoted behind the box. He just re-swings, re-draws, and Texture is there on the flank to find Leaf to spot him out and save his teammate. Gen.G move up 11-8.
Yeah, and it's just a little bit of a delay on this haunt from Gen.G that catches G2 off guard and spots 3 members. And this makes it so easy here for Texture. 1, 2, and they know that Valen is behind the box. Now, credit to Valen, the fact that he's able to escape out of this and find 2 kills, that's impressive, but it may be too little too late for G2. It's 4 ultimates available for the side of Gen.G versus their 3. Can they find those good opportunities to use them? Texture out early.
Trent tagged down. A little bit of a decay damage, it would seem here, but still, decent damage dealt. Nade in the back. Icy able to find one as Munchkin will fall, but Karan picking up, finishing off that enemy fade. Icy still, however, trying to hold the line. Paint shells built back up, swings out. Lakia will put him down. But still decent damage dealt. Just the 1-man advantage here for the side of Gen.G and damage taken. Leaving Jonah P alive. This is still a very possible round, and Jonah P's flanking all the way through the attacker spawn.
He dodged that Nightfall just to the side of it. Are they going to be ready for him to be so close?
He's pushing it, pushing forward, looking for the intercept, looking for the interrupt. Will not be able to find that. He's going to take it down. Meteor putting an end to it and sending in the lockdown. They know who they're up against. They fear him. So they have to use the ult. The drift across. Jonah unspotted, clears it. They know he's within sight. Available, does he send it? He's wary about Tree. He doesn't send it. Meteor will creep around the corner, will shut him down. Gen.G up to map point.
And these are these scrappy A-Rubble fights that Gen.G is very happy to take. Now, Icy does a great job getting behind Rubble and causing some absolute mayhem back there. Credit to him. I mean, great paint shells to keep Karan off balance, but Karan's able to take down Trent, kind of alleviate some of that pressure off the rest of his team because that util isn't there to back Icy up. So Icy's on an island. Lakia is able to lock him down. Then a lockdown at the end of the round to come through there for Gen.G. They are 1 round away from taking this opening map.
G2 pulling it off before. Can they make the rally back? It's only 4 rounds this time. And they take us into an OT to start off this upper final. For now, slow start. No fast takes. Gen.G knowing what's at stake. Just playing this out cautiously.
G2 has set up their KJ util on B. I think they're trying to force a pivot over towards that B site. They're trying to collapse Gen.G, trying to make them go through Baby Door, and then use that KJ utility to delay and swarm. See if they can be successful, or if maybe Gen.G considers a C rotation. But right now, there's been no contact for Jonah P over at C. See what Gen.G wants to do. Making a bit, yep, they are gonna go for C. They're making a bit of a gamble here. No info, have to be a bit careful.
Not revealing, but Jonah P spotting. That's going to be the pit now.
So
coming
smart
through. Like you said, just really gambling, trying to force him into that B site. Makes it that much more likely here. So there's only 34 seconds remaining for the side of Gen.G. Snake bite down over towards
30
stairs.
seconds
Leaf
left.
tucked away just within that connector over by the door. Trent gonna be noted, but it is gonna be this B-site hit coming through. Roller's check. Nanos popped. 18 seconds remaining. Door broken open. Dink found.
Oh!
And Leaf. Oh, he's paranoid, but he still finds a shot of texture out in front. Cleans up 2 quick kills. Spoke about the dissipate. Tries to go for the push. Lock it. Able to put down Trent, and now it is all on Jonah P. The king of clutch. Can he make it happen again to keep them in this map? Finds the first. Pushes in towards upper, but Locky on a long wrap around. Playing elusively here. This jump making noise. Checks the close corner, but nothing to be found. Poison orb set up to swing in. But Locky just tucks away. They haven't heard anything. They haven't heard a tap. But as he rushes forward, Meteor opens up with a spray. 13-8, Gen.G kick off this upper final with a win on Lotus.
It was a dominant start for Gen.G. G2 punched back with 7 in a row, but then it was Gen.G the rest of the way.
Hell of a rally back from G2. That's what we want to see here. But now we get ready to go over to Ascent Gen.G's map pick, where they try to hang in here, keep themselves in this upper bracket. We're gonna go to a break. Don't go anywhere.
Not sure what sensitivity you perform best with? Are you constantly changing your sensitivity because you're missing? Introducing the Universal Sensitivity Finder in AIM Labs. Get real-time sensitivity recommendations. Keep track of the sensitivities you perform best with, then bring it into your next ranked game and dominate. Now available in AIM Labs Plus.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Energize, read my body, you can be my satellite. Glowing in the dark, baby, like dynamite. Like dynamite, like dynamite. Every day and every night, you know I need you. In the days I close my eyes and all I see is you. Your device, and I can't deny. You and I all day and night. Day and night, I can feel you all around. Day and night, I can feel you coming. Day and night, I can fly and I'm never coming down. Baby, you and I all day and night. Day and night, da da
Hello, 123 Trent. Can you hear me, buddy? Do I sound great for you, pal?
I just thought I couldn't hear out of my left ear for a second.
You're deaf?
I thought I was.
Rip.
Well, that was a great start for Gen.G. They are just one map away from another grand finals. I'm your host, Yings, and I'm back here with Kukuka and Mimi. The comeback, it was a fake one, which is rare for a team like G2.
It seems like the first time they've had a fake comeback this tournament, but that first half from Gen.G was incredible. I think the star of the show, though, had to be Meteor. The way he was holding down this C-side, varying with the aggression when he was pushing up and showing these forward looks. This guy's just been such a rock for Gen.G this tournament.
And time again, we were seeing G2 trying to also, go against this early aggression. But on A, on C, things were just not happening. 7 rounds in a row to start off things for Gen.G.
And that's on the defensive side, too, on pretty much the most attack-sided map in the pool. It was an amazing start for Gen.G. I think we saw their coordination really come out, especially in these late rounds. The flood retakes, when they would kind of have Meteor go for that first bit of anchoring, fall back and fight back in together. It was all super on point for this squad.
And don't get me wrong, I think that G2 understood the assignment. They knew that Gen.G didn't want that spike to even go down. So time after time, they know that they had to go up against that aggression. And sometimes we would see people like Jonah P just going crazy onto them.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Jonah P, because we are going to see him in just a moment in the AIM Labs shoot around, because if it weren't for this man here, I felt like the scoreline would have been a
stomp. It would have absolutely been a stomp if it weren't for Jonah. That 2v5 with Valen and the other clutch in the first half was the reason G2 started to build momentum.
Time and time again, even though Gen.G would get that opening kill or would get that early pressure result at the beginning of the round, Jonah P understood what he needed to do to keep pushing, to even out the numbers, to know that Gen.G is going to try and speed things up on that retake so they cannot take positions. And it was thanks to him that we even ended up that half 7-5.
Yeah, and this is a worrying position for G2 now. They've lost map 1, they're going into their opponent's map pick, so I think having players like him come online, especially the experienced members like Jonah, like Valen, is going to be critical if they can recover.
Yeah, and speaking of that, it's time for our Verizon high-speed moment. This one does go to Jonah P and Valen. This is one of the rounds we were talking about. Unwinnable situation, but these two can do it.
Yeah, exactly. And it is the movement, the awareness. Jonah P gets one here, and he ends up in this 1v2 situation, and with the perfect movement, pushing up through smokes, trying to find those gaps in Gen.G's retake that he is able to close this one out.
Yeah, at the end there, even kind of finding that wild spray to close the job. It was rounds like those for G2 to give them any chance, but I think overall Gen.G throughout that map had better macro. Their defense rotates were on point. They were a step ahead throughout. That was just kind of a sprinkle on top to make things look slightly better for G2. It's still a worrying sign.
I mean, this is the question though. How big of a mountain, Kukuka, is this to climb when Ascent and Icebox are up next?
Yeah, and I mean, it's complicated, right? Because now we're going into Gen.G's peak, and this is a map that they love. Throughout the entire year, they've only lost it a couple of times, and if they have the chance to pick it, they will. To them, it doesn't really matter that they're going to start on the attack, because as we just saw and noticed, they have a lot of set rounds and set strats.
And I wonder if there is a little bit of kind of experience gap coming into play here, right? G2 coming out looking really rough to start. We're seeing some of these rookie players like Icy, I think really struggle. He had a big underperformance in that first map. Him and Leaf were both kind of losing out in a lot of those opening kills to Gen.G. Mistakes are being made by G2 that don't normally get made.
Yeah, exactly. And not being able to respond to that aggression, to have Icy go down, and even if it wasn't him, even if it was him, getting a kill or two at the end of the round, Gen.G was doing such a good job of enabling anybody that now when we think of Icy, when we think about the head-to-head against Texture, Ascent becomes very scary territory for G2.
Well, into the agent select here, they're going to just be playing the default comps, of course, but this is a mainstay for Gen.G, right? We've seen these guys win pretty much every time they have come onto stage. It's 8-2 thus far, their record. They have looked great on this map. The coordination shines. I think Lakia and Munchkin together have great combinations on the initiator util, especially to set up Texture.
Do not remember, this is the map of the crazy comeback. If they can do it again, they still have a shot of making that final team.
We will see. Both of these teams, they are known for their comebacks, but G2, if they don't win here, they will have to go into the lower bracket, and Achilles and Paperthin give Gen.G another grand final.
We will see if that is going to be the case, but G2 certainly looking to turn the tides, looking to run this back. We'll see if they can start things off 1-1 pistols so far between the two squads. See how they fare. They're starting on that defender side. See if they're going to be able to shut down Gen.G. Last time we saw them over on Ascent, that attacking half was dominant from Gen.G.
Yep. And on the other side of the coin for G2, when they played Heretics, this is where they basically ended the run back.
Right.
And it was a lot on Jonah P on that B site. He was an absolute monster over there. A bit of early aggression, using the dart to check mid. That's going to back Icy off. 0 point invested as well. They're going to get the tag with the drone. Send the duelist of G2 further back towards spawn, all setting up for this A hit, which has been left open. Gen.G seemingly reading this well.
Dash at the ready, a little bit of a body block for a brief moment, but not one that's going to lead to a punish. Site opened up, Icy. Sat here at Heaven, we'll just wait for the full forces of G2 to rotate over. But Locky on this timing, suspecting the lurk out from Leaf. He's able to find that punish. A fantastic intercept as Icy dashing across, gets over to Heaven, but finds the instant headshot to put down Meteor. Killjoy's traded out on both sides.
Locky has got to get over here soon.
Shots flying, Munchkin able to find two. Cleans it up, and Texture. Easy transition from him, finds Jonah P, finds Trent, Gen.G. Find a second pistol round win of the series.
What a hold from those guys in hell. I mean, I thought Lockheed was going to need to get there sooner rather than later. With that many players of Gen.G boxed up underneath the rafters, there might be a good opportunity, but Munchkin's so snappy there. Goodness me. Texture behind the Gen. Swings out, gets the other two, but Gen.G here doing a good job of creating a lot of attention towards mid, using that info utility early to push back the forces of G2, keep them planted on B, where they were anticipating the hit, and then the quick pivot over towards short. Maybe another fast hit here. Gen.G gonna make sure they confirm the orb, but there's a lot of G2 players here.
There are. Full flash gonna be connected to the Texture, having that tailwind ready. Able to dash out, gets himself over to safety. Jonah P, same time, tagged down to 53. It's all of these players here with a 0 point Leaf again, looking for a similar rotate. This time gonna go unpunished. As Shock Dart lob in, not gonna be able to connect. Avoiding that. But Meteor, again, they have the read. They know these lurk timings so well. Drone to check out the rest of the side, just swing out, just trying to find anything, trying to do some damage, but it's gonna be flawless here from Gen.G as they start off 2-0.
Yeah, Gen.G so disciplined right now. Clearly a great job by Solo and HSK preparing Gen.G for this map. All of the lurks have been accounted for, something G2 absolutely loves to do. To get out on those early rotations, clear space, get info. Some guns gonna be invested for Gen.G. 2 Guardians, a Bulldog, a Vandal, and a Phantom. The Odin already in the hands of Trent. Excuse me, Trent was the one with the Odin doing a great job locking it down as the Sova on B. Previously, Jonah P on this KO as well, really devastating with his util timings, finding a ton of value. It's a 4-1 split.
Here.
Gen.G may just try to opt for a explosive execute.
Shadows traveling. Slow to start, but then pop flash in. Texture up on top of Generator. Get the reveal on to 1, but Jonah P gonna be safe for now. Support Valen. Big noise noted, but otherwise unpunished. Trent, there's that Odin you're talking about. He's able to find 2. Karen and Lockheed's gonna be taken down. Munchkin with that Guardian. Finding the enemy KO, but this is going to force a pivot here from the side of Gen.G, but they already have Texture in a very committed position. He spots out 1, finds that kill. Has to tuck back as the drone manages to get its mark.
Some have been able to get the plant down. Texture taking so much space.
But Leaf in the head. Knocked down to 31, the Tink.
Unbelievable. It's tough for Meteor to cross. Just has to hold this angle, it looks like. Was he going to go for this? This is risky.
Start to push forward, but he finds the headshot onto 1. Trent picking up a 3rd. This is still damage dealt. G2 now in position to win out the round. It's all on Munchkin. He has the spike in hand. He's going to go rotating across. 30 seconds remaining. But no, the fake, the tuck back. But they're not full rotating. G2 not sending it. They are still nearby.
They're able to get to mid in time to cover that angle just in case.
Voice not heard. Weapon going to be picked up. Now the tap on the spike going to be noted. They work their way back. Munchkin, how does he play this out? 0 point at the ready. Knows that the jet is close. Going over the top, tucks here into Hell. But always hurt. He's waiting for the drop down, the tailwind across. Icy. Eyes trained here on Hell. It's the Cloudburst to try to escort. Munchkin on the swing out. And he's just going to be taken down. Too many directions. Too much attention pulled in different ways. Munchkin cannot clutch this. G2 will not allow for the bonus conversion. They get themselves on the board in round 3.
Yeah, and this is something you have to be a little bit concerned about as Gen.G. That Odin already singing its song, finding 2 underneath the door close, right off the back of that great shock dart as well. Trent setting himself up so nicely. Meteor challenges that angle. That was a tough one for Meteor to win. The fact that he even gets 1 kill there, impressive, but Trent's so ready for it. Now you've got the counter Odin from Lakia, able to save up enough off that flawless round anti-eco. You do have Munchkin's ult potentially at play. Worried about a potential push out there. Setting up Meteor to take the space. At least cover B main. They have control. Pace looking to be slowed down a little bit here by Gen.G. They are really spreading the map. Looking for these early picks, something they were really good at.
Finding that nano. Counter spray across. It's going to be Trent who eats a little bit of damage there. Lock in with his own Odin. Showing how valuable it's going to be for this B site. Starts making his way back over towards A.
And because they know that Odin was pushed back towards Hall, they're able to safely grab that orb. So good job there by Gen.G. He's getting control of that space, using that to their advantage. Now over towards A main. A very aggressively placed turret gives them a lot of extra info. No command popped. Looks like this is going to be an A exec.
Fragment of TP4 just to check out Wine, make sure that that is not going to be occupied. Textured. Does he notice? Icy right there in front of him. Seems like no, Leaf at the same time, while under pressure, able to find 1, but eventually will get flushed out. Icy going to be taken down. A 2-for-1 trade up here. Gen.G's favor. Smoke, dissipating, shock darts flying. Texture just sat in heaven, sprays across, finds himself a 3rd. Smoke now falling in Fallon, no way out. 3-1, Gen.G. Clean stuff as they move up once again by 2.
And a beautiful flash from Munchkin there to catch Leaf in Hell to set up Texture for that kill. Texture gets the identification of the position, a little bit of damage through the wall, and the follow through off some brilliant util.
My ult's ready.
Then Texture just unaccounted for up in heaven. It's something that Gen.G loves to do. They love to get aggressive up towards heaven, especially Texture. And he'll work those angles a little bit different every time. Sometimes he'll push through that smoke. Sometimes he'll try to push towards Blast. It's very difficult to track. It's going to be the Blade Storm popped for Texture.
Passes the weapon over to Munchkin, but the knives, this is something that, out of character at this tournament, Texture has not been finding impact with. Does that change here today? Or does G2 also manage to shut it down, deny that value?
Outlaw invested for Leaf. He's been so good with it. He takes so much damage through the wall.
Just knocking him down to 15. And he's the one with the hero rifle into this round with that Outlaw. And there's full armor on the opposite side.
Jonah P had taken a ton of space, but
out in front, 0 point. Quick clear on that. Just backs away. Still holding within the archway. Paranoia at the ready from Valen. This would catch on to absolutely everyone. But can they get the follow-ups? Just a frenzy on the opposite side if they go for the swing. On check Steve. Drone at the ready. Fragment again into Wine. Lakia blinded up but has the drone to give him sight. Suppression connecting. Paranoia across. Knives will be able to find 1. Texture into the back. Finds Icy. Turns it. Finds the 3rd. Trent taken down, and this time Texture will not be denied. Push up into the smoke. The timing. He spots out Leaf. They know that he's low, and he's got the right click. A 4K on the blades, 4 HP, 4 rounds for Gen.G.
And it's brilliant utility baiting from Gen.G. They're able to get that Paranoia out of there. They just wait it out, and then they say, okay, we're going to use our 0 point, lock you in place. We know you're right around that corner. Texture able to find some huge value with those knives. Something that you mentioned he had been lacking Achilleos, and he comes up strong. Like I pointed out previously, he likes to get aggressive in different ways at the top of A heaven. Even though it's only 1 player left, he's able to dodge Trent, keep himself alive, and find that 4th. And he is 13-1 to start this map.
So I don't know what we were seeing, but the covering fire, anticipating this crunch. Fallon still able to find value, takes out 1. Charon falling, but Lakia quick to trade it back, quick to maintain the advantage, but Icy quick to find the spike. Now stranded at the top mid. Swing out though, Texture shutting him down. Leaf forward here on Cat. Creeping forward, Texture in the jiggle peek, able to spot him. And Leaf, he just wants to occupy the space. He wants to try to hold down this spike. 2v2 with Lakia tagged down to 70. Spike offered up. Texture able to recover that. B side completely open, but Gen.G don't know that.
See what they can do. They've got all their recon utility in Lakia's hands still, but opting to just cut sound and make their way forward. They don't want to give up any information. See if they can slip the net past G2. With all that KJ utility at the front of A, with so much success being found over there, Gen.G maybe gonna go all the way to spawn, wrap towards A potentially.
G2 starting to explore the space a little bit more here as well themselves. Suspicious as to whether or not they have made the wrong decision. Gen.G will in fact end up over here at A. Still an opportunity for that util to soften them up even further.
Standing ahead.
Potentially even find a kill. Dart down into hell, spotting out nothing. They don't go for the plant over a Gen. They don't fall for the nanoswarms. Drone here from Lakia. Checking in, spotting one, noting him over a tree. Shock darts available, but door wide open. Texture holding at window. Spotting him, but cannot adjust the spray. Leaf shuts it down. Now it is all on Lakia. Tucks back here behind Gen. Shock darts sent. Leaf leading the charge. The push, the spray across. Lakia finding one. Looking for Trent, but can't make it happen. G2 fight back. They persevere.
What an insanely scrappy round. The beginning of this round is absolute chaos in B lobby. A push out from G2 that looked like it had been well handled, but then there's more to it. There's layers. You've got Icy and Leaf taking space in mid. They're able to get that bomb down, get that extra layer of info. Gen.G does a good job with a counter rotation of their own, cutting all the way through spawn, avoiding the KJ util. But Texture goes for the glass play, trying to catch G2 off guard, and they read it. They're able to take him down. No heroics for Lakia. She got that lockdown now for G2. Hunter's Fury for Lakia to counter. A lot of opportunities here. Icy is gonna pop his blades this time. Let's see if he can match what Gen.G's Duelist was able to do a couple rounds ago.
We've seen that Lakia has been willing to go for some more aggressive plays. Lara now out, stranded, dead. Can't even trade back any damage. Fantastic delayed flash setup there. Jonah Page is helping deliver that kill right into his IGL's hands.
Now Gen.G doesn't know if there's gonna be further push out. Meteor trying to clear, trying to get some attention over towards this market. That's gonna drag Icy over there with that Blade Storm. This is all setting up again, just like the pistol round, trying to cut through towards A, but this time G2 aware of it.
Sending the knife as soon as he sees that Cloudburst come down. Paranoia crashing across, giving the blind onto a few. Hunter's Fury, a ping across, but Jonah P and Balance still holding the line. Texture Munchkin both gonna be taken down. Lakia able to find the enemy KO. The man advantage is there for G2. Icy still with knives in hand, the spike here on the site. Lakia pushing his way forward, making noise. And Icy swings the corner, the knife straight to the temple. Lakia dead. Meteor now last one standing. The plant would give him an ult, but it might be a bridge too far to try to send it here. Tucks back, shots in behind him. Doesn't know where the second player is, up over the top. Here's it, notes it. Drop down from Trent, Odin in hand. At 80 HP, can he win it out? Ring around the rosy, but footsteps heard. Meteor goes for the challenge and he wins it. The 4K to clutch it out. Gen.G just not allowing for G2 to string two rounds together.
And Meteor's vibing. I don't think I've ever seen him like that. He's usually emotionless. He's usually calm, cool, and collected, but he's bobbing. He's getting into the groove, and just like against 100 Thieves on this same map, he is winning clutches. He is winning huge rounds for Gen.G. Like you said, he's got that lockdown as well. It's a consolation prize for that round to bring us into round number 8 with Gen.G up 5-2. Alan trying to take a little bit of space.
It's 4 of his 6 kills in that last round.
Absolutely nuts.
Bailing out the team when they needed it most. Drone out to try to check, tuck back in towards 3 players from G2. sat here, forced to stagnate for the time being. Texture dashing in. Quick little peek out, but widely. Just staying back, playing this out patiently. Spray across, door now going to be shut. Not too much damage going to be found. Meteor whipping on a spray, taken down, lead, arriving out in the mid. Saving Jonah P's life and now handing over a weapon. G2 not out of this round.
That's going to be the lockdown. There's no counter lockdown here, so Gen.G is going to have to back right off all the way to Gelato and to Wine. They have to give up so much space here to G2.
Lockheed just waiting here on the verge of this as they come stomping across. Paranoia connecting out into Wine, just smoked off here. Stopping him from finding value. Sheriff shot's going to be flying. Spike diffuser is killed. They interrupted, but can they win another round? Shotguards caught in hand. Takes him down, Valen.
Oh!
The spray through. The wallbang shots. The spray down with the recovered Phantom. Valen saves them. 5-3. Gen.G still in front, but a monstrous Red Bull clutch by the IGL.
Unbelievable stuff. And that lockdown, the fact that they're able to take Meteor down, expecting him to push into short.
One enemy remaining.
He's going to go anywhere. It's going to be there to try to get that lockdown in play potentially, but unbelievable stuff. I mean, they are just so tenacious. And after you think that maybe Gen.G was knocking on the door of the grand finals, G2 punches right back with a clutch of their own. Icy now is the op, the Odin for Trent. The power weapons in play. Gen.G's been able to keep them at bay from picking these up for quite some time. But now they're on an eco. A couple sheriffs, a stinger for Karan, a couple rifles. In terms of the Guardian and Meteor's Phantom. Icy though.
Waiting for them to swing in, but Meteor wise to it, ready. Just managed to answer back. Quite a bit of damage, now down to 50. Texture, this corner has been a pain point here for Gen.G for this time. They suspect it. They find it. Lockdown committed. Over at B main, Icy. Tucked back, just holding on this hard angle.
Ooh.
Tries to relocate. That's going to be Texture taken down by Meteor on the entry. Able to find that Odin. Now they know the site is theirs. The plant can come through.
And that's going to be Odin scooped up for Karan. Utility placed inside a hall, but every direction for G2. Oh, Lakia.
Again, just wise to it. Starting to get that read. Leaf taking some forward space. Icy watching in towards B main. Meteor on the swing, has to drop back. But Leaf knows how difficult it is to try to make a real maneuver here until they flush out this player, this late lurk, this flank. Swing, but Lakia has the headshot. Cut across from Icy. He's working his way back in towards A. Doesn't even want to try to find that challenge. Doesn't want to peek out into mid. Knows that he needs to hold on to this operator.
Lakia's going hunting.
Once again, it's just effectively these back-to-back thrifties. Somehow, some way.
Just
Spike will detonate.
seems to be the way of the matches that Gen.G plays in. Oh no!
The shot, and Lakia finds it! And that is catastrophic at the end of the round. Lakia putting him down as Gen.G make their way up to 6.
It's just so smart here. They're pushing a couple different angles, and you hit the nail on that, Eclipse. I was thinking the exact same thing. They remembered that corner. They remembered that pain point from their previous match. And they instantly dealt with it, and that broke things open. That gives them the opportunity to put that lockdown in play, take control of that site. Though a little bit of damage is done by Trent, he drops the Odin, scooped up. Gen.G in cruise control most of the rest of that round.
5-man push out here in the mid, but Trent already
This is wild.
taken low. This is definitely unsuspected, or is it? See these sights here from Gen.G. Texture, watching here at top mid.
I've never
Meteor
seen this.
similarly on the opposite side of the map. Seems like they're reading this decently well. But can they survive? The answer is no. Leaf finding him, outdoing Meteor. But time working against them. Weapon likely not to be recoverable. Pull back from Trent. Door now starting to close. Texture trying to take some forward space. Spray in. They're wise to this. They knock him down. They take him out. Leaf finding the kill. Now another weapon. Thrown up over the top. The drop down. Karan trying to survive, but he will just fall. Leaf able to track it perfectly. Now just 2 players left versus a full 5. Back to back to back once more. It would seem as G2 keep themselves in this half. Munchkin finding 2 quick kills, however. Suddenly starts answering back. Still 2 rifles in play. Wide swing out.
No way.
Taken down. Munchkin finds 1. Hunter's Fury out. Icy. The tap on. Munchkin on the swing. Bails them out. Unbelievable scenes. Diabolical from Munchkin as Gen.G get up to 7.
It's hard to play it better than that, than Lakia and Munchkin just did in what looked like it was going to be another thrifty. I love this from G2. Haven't seen an eco 5-man mid push in quite some time. They show us something new and it almost works. It's so smart from G2, but Gen.G just too good in the post plant. They never over-aggress those angles. They're holding them so nicely. Using those rifles to full effect to get that wall bang damage. So good from Munchkin and Lakia. Now G2 definitely going to be on the worst half in terms of the score line coming into the second half. But
They've been cognizant of wine this entire time.
Checking it every time with his fragment.
Valen, quick TP, little bit of damage taken on the exit. Counter spray though, gonna be keeping Texture at bay. So he gets knocked down to 76. Valen still getting the worst end of that exchange, but still burned on both sides.
You got that dash burned out of Texture critically. That's gonna be the big piece there. You also have the fragment gone, so in some respects, slight advantage to G2 in the util battle. Gen.G's just doing another double pump here. Trent's just like, I don't want that turret there anymore.
No.
This Ares is good enough.
I was curious to see if Valen was gonna try to rescale in the wine. See if with a second rotate into that position would catch them off guard, given that they didn't have the fragment anymore to try to check.
30 seconds left.
Gen.G so far just waiting out that 0 point now. Swing out, Icy, shut down, Lakia, able to find it. Pop flash sent up, go to the top, Lakia gonna take it down. Karen, however, able to readjust, finds a second. Spike on the floor, plant, the tap coming through, but Leap gonna be dealt with, taken down. The Pink are hitting, time is being bought. Karen dead, but Trent is unable to find that next shot, unable to buy that little bit more time that they needed to try to just bleed out the clock. Gen.G out 8-3 as we go into the last round of the half.
And Gen.G just abusing A with reckless abandon. And even though they use that dash early, Lakia, that is a crazy good shot onto Icy. Icy had an opportunity to do some real damage with that swing out, but Lakia was aware of it, at least well enough. And now, got an operator for Texture, an outlaw for Meteor, knowing their economic situation, knowing it's going to be hard for them to buy full armors in this last round of the half. Really trying to punish G2 and expecting some aggression off their weaker buys. That's kind of been what G2 has been showing in some of those ecos so far.
Double up and outlaw set up here. Gen.G just spending the bank. Last round. See if they can try to find some value. Texture starting to push forward. Icy here to reinforce. Jonah with a flash at the ready. Gun barrel could be spotted early. Texture continues to swing. Shot's gonna be sent. Texture pulls back around the corner. Knives at the ready.
Well, and you've got crack snipers like Gen.G does. That case in point.
Meteor across the way, able to find one. Once again, that corner not gonna be checked. Is Leap able to gun down 2. Playing off the alarm bot, getting that vulnerability across, and Icy finding Karen at the same time. Meteor and Lakia still standing. Cut through the push forward into the site. Meteor trying to play it forward, trying to find the pick. Spike gets planted. Hunter's Fury, however, tags up Lakia. Last one standing, tries to jump out, but he'll be shut down. Leap with 4 will get G2 up to the same score line as they get ready to go over onto the attack.
Yeah, just beautiful stuff from Gen.G, working the map really nicely. A lot of double fakes, like they were gonna go back to B, but most of the time it was all set up for those A executes. They found a weakness in G2's defense. They didn't want to deal with Trent's Odin on the other side or any of those shenanigans. A was the game plan the whole way. And this round, we credited Gen.G earlier for their ability to clear that corner. Well, this time they don't, and they pay the price. So credit to G2 for doubling down on that position.
Solid, snappy reaction from Icy as well to get that pinch, but Gen.G still in a decent spot. G2, we know that they have that fight. We know they have the capability of running this back. But for now, as we go into the halftime, send it back over to the analyst desk.
A decent recovery there from G2, but Gen.G's attack side, it is just too strong. I've got Kukuka and Mimi here with me. 8, you don't see that very often.
No, this was an excellent attack side out of Gen.G, and I think it all came down to these A site post plans. Clint was talking about it right at the end of the cast there, but round after round, this Gen.G squad was doing a really good job of pressuring in this default and finding this gap in the late round A takes. And once they got in these post plant positions, it seemed like they could not lose. The synergy between the players was excellent. They do a great job of establishing crossfires and finding the right timing to ping pong back in to these fights.
I mean, the thing that surprises me the most is the way that they found when to exactly freeze in the round. We saw G2 try in so many things, being aggressive, trying to challenge what Gen.G was doing round after round, and they came up on top. The time, it doesn't matter for them that much, and it's very complicated because now G2 has to give another kind of comeback. It has to be mental. So many of these rounds were down to 1 or 2 kills that they now have to do something crazy on the second half.
And Texture is playing like this. He had a ridiculous first half, finding so many critical first kills for Gen.G and closing out those rounds in the post plant. Like you said, G2, they are a team that has become known for the comebacks. But when they won 11 rounds in a row on Ascent, that was their defensive side. They have struggled on this attack thus far. And if they want that chance in the finals cleanly, they're really going to have to dig deep here.
Yeah, they do indeed, because Gen.G, they are just 1 half away from another back-to-back grand final. Achilles, Paperson. Let's see if they can close this out.
Right now, looking good for the odds of Gen.G. G2, can they work that magic once again? Can they bring this back? Can they make this map competitive? Can they win another pistol?
We know they're capable of it, Achilles. We know that they can come back strong. It's just a matter of, are they going to be able to do it against this Gen.G squad, who looks damn near unbeatable so far.
Pass hit over here towards B, but this is going to be just a triple push coming through. Over at Cat, tuck back from Meteor, shuts the door, dash forward, trying to create some space, trying to chase in and catch this Killjoy, but they're unable to do so.
Buying a lot of time, though, with his util here.
Paranoia connecting on a Meteor, holding him Vey here, back Gen. Double swing out now on a Heaven Texture, able to find that first kill. Meteor putting down Icy. Leap around the back, runs out of bullets, gets taken down. Trenton Talon, one apiece though, fighting back. Lakia, Meteor, everybody on Gen.G, tagged up a bit. Still a winnable position here for G2.
Yeah, Gen.G gonna have to play retake, it looks like. A lot of damage done though. Meteor on 6 HP, Lakia on 26, 78 for Texture, so these classics can absolutely shred Gen.G. They're all gonna...
A right click across the map.
Yeah.
Deal with 2 of them. Warning ping coming down, wary about somebody lurking forward here in B lobby. Close noise now, cut. Footsteps given over here to Recon scouting, not going to be seeing much of anything there. Double tuck back into boats. Gen.G trying to flush them out. So they're going to be capable of in the rush 4. That's the first player dealt with. Lock Texture taken down, and Meteor now last man standing, just 6 HP. There's not a damn thing he can do about it. Trent with a 4K will start off the second half and get G2 this attacking pistol round win.
It's a great read early from Gen.G. Meteor plays this so well. Those nanos set up with dual purpose. If there's an A main hit, or he can back out if there's a short hit and delay. Get the reinforcements. The reinforcements arrive, but those 2 kills buy enough space here for G2 to rotate over to B. And enough damage had been done that it was not hard to make those classics connect and give them a much needed pistol round win.
Solid stability found here for G2, not allowing for that round to get out of their control. We go into the next one, ping reveal out onto 1 player, but no high pen weapons at the moment. Lock able to drift back away, tries to take some space up into this smoke, but Icy not allowing for it. Takes him down, Trent does get tagged up a bit. As Meteor shoot apart by that nano swarm. Now down to 28 himself.
Alarm bot as well. Make sure that angle is accounted for. Trent weak, going for the plant, trying to get that Hunter's Fury fast-tracked as best as possible. 3 players in boats. Icy and then the lurker of Leaf.
There's 3 orbs off from it at the moment. You sat back waiting here within the smoke. Spectre in hand, 0 point. They're trying to check. Opens up with a little bit of spray. Meteor now going to be taken down. Finding a nice timing here is Icy. Swinging out, getting rid of one of those sheriffs. Stopping them from dealing additional damage. G2 need this economic buildup. Gen.G seemingly just going to look to try to see if they can find some exit kills here against them. But swing onto the corner. Texture will be good for 1, but quickly gets put down, and Karon unable to finish off Trent, even though he's at 21 HP. G2 winning the follow-up, shortening that gap, just 2 rounds separating.
Yeah, great start here for G2. Gonna have a couple rifles to work with. The Bulldog and the Vandal for Trent. See what they want to do with Icy. He's gonna go for a stinger. A G2 classic. They love these stingers, and they're so destructive with them. Gen.G, potentially a pivotal round. If they get bonused here, then it's game on.
Absolutely. I mean, even if they don't.
Even if they don't.
We'll see. It's been scrappy throughout. So even some damage dealt. G2 widely be happy with that, but the conversion in their sights.
Have to use a flash there to check. Munchkin loves to play that angle, but Munchkin this time over in mid, taking a little bit of damage in his exchange.
Head spotted, but kill cannot be collected. Meteor not even getting any damage across. Leaf able to drift away, keeping his life intact as Icy on the hunt. Noting Karon taking him down now, recovering the weapon. Vandal in hand, Texture dead. As Fallon finds the headshot. Gen.G in this position with the door shut on you. They just have to make the call to save.
Planted.
Munchkin trying to see if he can spot out anything. Shock dart sent. A little bit of a lineup. Icy with the counter spray. Finding Lakia. Meteor forced to tuck back. The recon ticking. But they just have to abandon it. G2 fighting back. The very clean start to their attacker's side.
And they're able to isolate and knock down Karon. Oh, Meteor.
Here's one.
Okay.
Stop it from being a flawless, but not much else to be done other than to drift away to try to hold on to this Phantom, which G2 very well may go on the hunt. Looks like it's going to be a full rotate around towards the defender spawn.
But the big linchpin here for G2 is dealing with Karon. He has been so nasty behind Dice on A. He is so tricky to displace. He's so good at reading your util, but the spot there, the TP gets red. There's nowhere else really for him to go. And G2 is just deathballing their way through. Some phenomenal utility to boot. Gen.G says, not the start we were looking for here on this defender side. Usually a side of the map that they're very good on.
Yeah. Rough showing here from Gen.G. Now just 1 round separating, so solo HSK looking to intervene. But right now, I mean, G2 are in a fantastic spot. Whichever way you try to slice it, I mean, cash aplenty, old cycles, much healthier from them. The closest thing that you have for Gen.G is, Texture's knives.
Right.
Hunter's Fury is already online here for Trent. Digging yourself out of this position, gonna prove to be difficult here from Gen.G.
No doubt about it. Kind of curious to see what Gen.G wants to do on this eco. Maybe they're gonna try to get a little bit aggressive or try to set up some trap plays potentially for G2. Something we haven't seen much of. We've just been getting demolished so far. These executes from G2 have been really well coordinated in their time off. And again, isolating the key players. It's a big part of what has made Gen.G so difficult to deal with is players like Karon, players like Lakia on their respective ends. Karon on A, Lakia on B. So difficult to clear. Meteor on B as well was absolutely disgusting against 100 Thieves. So a Bucky for Lakia, going to be holding that corner. I wonder if they're going to try to tuck him into the cubby. Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Makes sense.
Oh, no, just right here in front. Let's see if Leaf ends up taking the bait. Just a quick little jiggle out.
No info given over here.
Might be extra suspicious because there hasn't been any util used from the Sova.
Exactly.
The pull away, the drone going to be coming out. Lakia tucking back does get revealed. Shock dart response, just smattering of damage found.
No Bucky reveal, critically.
Spot that quite just yet, but now market control very much in the hands of G2. Continue to scale forward. Swing onto the corner. Meteor somehow winning that one out. Does get taken down low, but Texture now pushing forward, finding Talon. Full flash connecting onto everybody, but the buggy is there. It's revealed, and Lakia finds the kill, and now suddenly, in the blink of an eye, as they regain their vision, Jonah P sees that he's the last one standing.
It was a commit from G2, and it was shut down by Gen.G.
Can he make it happen again? And lightning strike. Not even 2, 5 times in the same tournament here for Jonah P.
30 seconds left.
Force the tuck back as the drone shot connects. The push forward, the pucky. It takes him down to 1. Jonah will be able to leave Lakia dead on the floor. But unless he can find another kill, it just seems hopeless. Karen at the same time, going on the hunt. Sheriff in hand.
10 seconds
Time
left.
will dwindle down.
Yeah, this is now a recovery mission in terms of guns for Karan. Scoop up that Vandal.
I just don't know how they keep getting away with it. How they keep doing it.
I don't know.
Well,
they defy logic.
They do. Gen.G up to 9, and immediately after that round, a timeout going to be called by G2. Not liking how they let this one get away from them.
God, that win from Meteor on the stairs, so huge. And Texture, I love this to dash over. Little bait and switch there with Munchkin. That flash. Jonah P catches everybody and his teammate, so they can't win that battle.
The one player who's not flash is the guy holding a bucky.
Yeah.
And he gets an instant headshot. Unfortunate scenes there for G2, but still not out of this. As mentioned, I mean, they still have plenty of money.
For sure.
Another full buy coming into this round. That Hunter's Fury still available to them. Let's see what the call is going to be here from the coaching staff.
Yeah, they've got a couple buys in the tank still, and they'll be getting that Blade Storm one way or another. The real concern is that Gen.G is starting to catch up in that ult cycle now. Meteor's ahead of Leaf. The Hunter's Fury getting close for Lakia, 2 away. So there's a few ults that are going to be potentially available for Gen.G when they also come online for G2, depending on how they shake out. So your question is G2, what's your response going to be? Is this going to be some kind of set play to get the Hunter's Fury going? See if you can maybe catch Lakia or Meteor out over here on B? And as usual, Gen.G's Munchkin playing aggressive at A main. So the real question is if this is kind of a fast execute, how clean can it be for G2? A lot of those KJ bots at the front door, so it's going to be really difficult, potentially, for G2 to get through. Here we go.
Across, yeah, quick hit going to be coming through. Hunter's Fury opened up. Dicey on the entry, not spotting too much, but then finally catches the glimpse of Meteor. And the Hunter's Fury flushes out Lakia. Sight taken by G2. It's rapid, ravenous from them.
Planted.
As Texture getting spammed out, pushes on the corners, able to find one, but tagged low once again. Pull back here from Trent. Gonna be noted, but not gonna be dealt with. Munchkin on the entry, however, able to find 2. Karen, he gets valid, and now it's Trent. They know exactly where he is. Tapping to the fuse, the swing, Trent snapping with a headshot, able to find it. Spray across, puts Karen down to 57, but he cannot interrupt it. Gen.G will hold the defuse and get to double digits.
It's just the tremendous firepower that Gen.G has can win them rounds they have no business winning, and you can see on Trent's face the frustration. A very winnable round, a beautiful execute. The up and over from Icy, the Hunter's Fury into boats to clear the space. But Munchkin is nasty. One of 3 players on this team that has over 1,000 kills in Pacific. They are just so fearsome with rifles in hand. And then, like you said, Texture had the identification onto Trent's position. So they're able to just stick that defuse.
It's just back-to-back timeouts having to be burned. G2 now in a very rough position. The game score is still close. You see the looks on the players' faces. Coaching staff likely knowing that this is starting to get away from them as far as a mental game is concerned.
Right.
You need to get these players rallied back.
And this is a team that has been so good mentally throughout this tournament. And so certainly this is another big test for them. There's a gut check. See how ready they are to potentially, turn this map around, take Gen.G down, take it to a 3rd map, take us to Icebox. But now Gen.G has the operator, has the Odin in play. And that's when things get really scary because Texture typically very, very clean with it. Lakia absolutely nasty on B with the Odin, as a lot of the Sovas are. So this is going to be tricky. Flash up and over. Find a little space. Yeah.
Oh, Texture trying to go for the very aggressive peek. As Valen TPs a crossover into one.
Gonna have to use the smoke to clear himself out of wine there. Out under the drone. Lakia gonna clear it.
Let's get rid of that turret. More spray coming in, counter drone. They're from Trent, peeking over in towards B. Leaf in the meantime, trying to scale forward in mid, just tucked away at bench with that alarm bot. Right there around the corner.
Yeah.
Ready to alert them.
It's gonna take gunfire if that is gonna be the direction that G2 were to push, but it looks like for now, they're gonna flirt with Tree a bit. Munchkin tucked in the back corner again. Straight flash.
Ready for the flash, the dash in. It's gonna be Jonah taking the kill. See a little bit more damage taken, but solid entry. They get rid of Munchkin. And now, they go ahead and they start stomping their way up into mid. Turn towards market. Still though, Lakia sat here, Odin in hand. As the push gets ready to come through, Meteor tucked over at Lumber, but it's gonna be Lakia collecting them all! 3 kills, Meteor with 2. And Gen.G now just 2 steps away from another grand final.
And the positioning here is so good. Gen.G understanding the space that they're giving up so well. I mean, Munchkin, this is a great read from G2. Munchkin's played that spot and ruined a few teams' rounds from that position. But you've got this great crossfire, never gets identified, a great one-way there as well. And they're able to just spray them down. So smart from Gen.G. And once again, their defender side starting to really click, starting to really shut G2 out of this.
And look at where the economy's at for G2. It's Glass Cannon from Jonah with the Phantom. The Hives pop for Icy.
Trent's got an Odin.
Playing out in mid here for the time being. Drone over the top, looking in towards bench. But clear on the turret. Texture not ready to swing off the back of that. Leaf able to drift away.
Look at this, Lakia is the one playing towards A main now. Gonna use this drone to check, has to clear wine. Valen, gonna use that opportunity to back off.
No command gonna be sending Munchkin. Able to shut down Jonah P. Left on the floor, but quick trade out. Icy finds a headshot. Lakia reinforcing, finishing him off, and Texture holding the line over at B. So very patient.
Revealing area.
Chase coming in, Icy. Weapon recover, just gonna be balanced out the knives, not wanting to hold on to them any further. Hunter's Fury crashing across. Here is Karen, just tries to hold him at bay, but Icy able to displace. 3v3 now as Meteor tries to go for the wide swing, but Trent able to shut it down.
30 seconds left.
A 2v3 with an operator in play here. Shock dart sent to delay. But still, 24 seconds remaining. Knives gonna be popping the Texture as they look for this re-entry.
Spike planted.
The Odin spray from Trent leaves Texture now all on his lonesome. Has to dash back to Paranoia connecting. 2 players dangerously low here on the side of G2 as Icy just tucks back. Drifting down, spotting one, but he cannot find a target. G2 persevere in the round. They keep it close. They keep themselves in a winnable spot. They still need to close back 3.
Unbelievable. The fact that they're able to come back after losing a couple players early, trying to slam their way through short, and able to do so just barely. This Hunter's Fury trying to set up Karan for this push out of Gen. But Karan's been a little bit off. Hasn't really found that impact that he normally has for Gen.G on this map.
Yeah.
It's only 8 and 12. He's got 15 assists. He's doing a good job in that department, but he hasn't found those incredible multi-kill rounds that you almost have been used to seeing from this rookie.
I think G2 have been doing well to shut him down, to not give him those opportunities. Texture.
My God.
Oh, Leaf just around the corner. The Odin as well, set up. Spray coming down. He knows that there's somebody in there, and he's able to flush him out. Leaf taken down. His Texture continues to be absolutely fearless on this B site.
So confident in those swings. Time and time again. This tournament, we've seen insane op plays from Texture. It's all a bit of a ruse.
He's back on the line. Trent not wanting to give him another chance. Pulls away. He's going to look to make his exit. Texture still swinging, but will not be able to spot him. Jonah P at the same time, pushing forward into Tree, able to find Meteor. Now again, we turn our sights over towards Karan. Still looking to try to find that value. Jonah P pushing up through window, able to find one. Karan going to be noted here in hell. Not spotting, but Valen up over the top. Catches a glimpse, shock dart, he's able to avoid it, but Valen still finds the headshot.
Last player standing.
Munchkin now dead, Jonah just floating around this A site. Keeps them in this.
30 seconds left.
Texture, no further value to be found with that up. G2 gonna be keeping things so very close, just 2 rounds separating as we wait for the spike to explode.
Oh, they're just doing such a phenomenal job of working the map. The ops on the other side, but there's so much attention. That Odin keeping a couple extra players of Gen.G in that direction. And Karan continues to really struggle to find value, but it's not entirely his fault. It's more, I'd say, G2 just doing a great job of identifying his positions and knocking him down. There's util to displace him early, to send him into hell. And once they've got him boxed in, there's no help available.
Jump out, Texture ready for it. Ping's coming down, but spike gonna be detonating quite soon here. In fact, it's gonna be a smoke out from Valen to lock off that spawn position. They know that they don't wanna lose any of these rifles that they have in their hands. Don't wanna give Texture that extra bit of energy, that extra momentum, but for now, G2, they're the ones who are starting to build it up. Just 2 rounds separating. Another timeout call here from Gen.G.
Yeah, I think this is a really good idea. You've got to address this A site. You've got to find ways to keep G2, especially with this short position, from taking control. They're doing such a good job of bodying whoever's trying to lock that area down and really just having their way through. And then Jonah P this time finding that open space to clear out glass and come towards heaven. Take a player down for free. So certainly something Gen.G needs to figure out, because when it comes to B, Meteor and Laki have been really, really good at keeping G2 from finding that extra space, from finding any real success. So now you need to change up how you're setting things up. You need to find a way to make sure that you can set Karan up for success, bail him out a little bit, maybe throw some util at those doors. We've seen some attempts from Meteor. So far, it hasn't really worked. It hasn't really flustered G2 at all. And it is going to be sheriffs and an operator for Gen.G.
Well, reassessing. Munchkin saying, you know what? Feel like a guardian.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with this gun.
Decides to pick it up. See if any of the ultimates otherwise come into play here for the side of Gen.G. Null Command and the Lockdown both available to him.
And a complete change up in the formation here for Gen.G. 2 in mid, Meteor and Texture on A. You're leaving Munchkin on his own at B. So let's see if this change will work.
But clear the turn, Texture. Laser focus, finds himself a second. The repeat, Jonah not ready for it. He falls down. 2-man advantage here available to the side of Gen.G. Quick shock dart forward, clearing out some of that util, but Paranoia crashing across. Gonna hold him at base. Icy forward, up into heaven, connects on them both. Lucky and Karen both take it down. Meteor able to find one, but now it's all Icy. 3 from him, a chance of the ace. Texture creeping forward. Comes back here into hell. The Guardian unable to find the damage. So clear out. 0 point to try to check close, but no one going to be noted. Full util available here to Munchkin.
Flashbang.
It's going to be flash over the top. Texture leading the peak. Opportunity now given to him, but gets a bit of damage there on the Trent. Right through the back of Gen. Cloudburst sent the try and delay, the push forward, looking for the angle. Nothing spotted, they know that they're both in hell. Icy shuts it down. Chance of the ace. Push onto the corner, Munchkin finding one, but time working against them. The swing out, the ace. G2! 1 round separating is Icy. Keeps them in this series.
How many times are they going to win these 3v5s? It's insane stuff from G2. Yes, the buy is weaker for Gen.G, but he catches the perfect timing. No gun out for Karan.
3.
Util in hand for Lakia.
Enemy remaining.
And that breaks things open. And now G2 right on the precipice of turning these things around again. Second map. They seem to just find their groove. They seem to find another level.
Second map, second half. Unreal here from G2. 1 round separating as they look to tie things up and take the lead from there. Push up from Texture, he's glass cannon, just to try to get another operator into play. But they're not giving them the time of day whatsoever. Paranoia across, Munchkin having to pull back. Hunter Sphere going to be opened up as well. But Icy shut down. Meteor not allowing him to find that value. Munchkin sprayed, taken out, but is going to be Resable, but in such a rough position, just out in front here of main. Paranoia for the time being will slow up the approach here from G2. Two players still positioned here in towards tree texture, trying to set up as Munchkin bleeds out.
Great smoke.
You should run.
He's been noted, so there you go. Lockdown now in play. Lock in, no Hunter's Fury. Try to reply, but Meteor sends his own. He's trying to neutralize things, and now Meteor swinging out wide, able to take down Trent. Spots another one. There's a backstab from Lakia. Attacking every 4 players are detained, but so too is Valen.
30
He
seconds.
can't